Hey, what's happening, guys? TGIF. For all you college basketball fans, it's a big day for you. I know Bellman's getting itchy to get off here and go watch a little college basketball. Should be a big day for sports fans everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. One of my favorite times of the entire year. I am excited to just watch basketball for the rest of the day. Nothing else. And we got a nice NBA slate, though, to talk about.
I know, as we talked about, you definitely got more excited about it, and we'll bring up this young man right here when we get the opportunity, guys. So don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Always appreciate it. Subscribe to the network if you are new to it. We got baseball season coming up. We got college basketball tournaments rolling. NBA's in the thick of things. A lot of things to like for sports fans. Just think 1 year ago, we were all sitting at home watching Netflix with absolutely no sports to watch.
Amen.
And now we got lots of them, including lots of places to bet. We talked about our partners over here at Jazz Sportsbook. Welcome aboard to all the new first-time depositors yesterday that wanted to get an opportunity to get 2 free brackets on Jazz. Had a big day over here yesterday myself. Should have come on video and told you guys to bet the Wizards to win. Got that at plus 460. So I'm a happy guy when it comes to sports betting today. The promo code is 5PACK. Give it a whirl. Same-day payouts. Got a lot of good things over here. It's jazzsports.ag. Get all sorts of deposit matches and things that go along with it. And we'll hook you up with a free 5-pack membership if you make your initial deposit over at Jazz Sports. And as far as 5-pack promotions go, I know a lot of people got that big fat stimulus money. Welcome aboard to the new customers yesterday. What we're doing for a deal right now for people who got lump sum payments and have some fun money, as one of our new customers was telling me yesterday, annual memberships, $50 off. That is $150 for a full calendar year, all 3 sports. We got baseball about to start. We got NBA playoffs in the not too distant future where we always make good money. Pay through the website and you get your $50 reimbursement within 24 hours. If you want to just pay manually, the Venmo and PayPal addresses below. That's 1 full calendar year, $150 one-time payment, all 3 sports, and we will rock through the rest of the calendar season with you guys.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Excited about everything we got coming up.
All right, guys. Let's talk about Cash Game Lock. Young man, future MVP, not saying this season, but at some point we know this guy's going to win an MVP. Luka Doncic, 10-7 at Portland tonight. He gets the Blazers on the tail end of a back-to-back. He's the top stud in my opinion. So, post All-Star break, he's just playing like a man possessed right now. You know, rebounds, assists, points. He's doing a little bit of everything, hitting threes. You got a Dallas team that right now is in the A seed in the West. Why does that matter? They can't take games off. This is not the Nets or the Lakers who could coast on certain days because they don't need wins. Dallas needs every single game that they play right now. And Luka, as their best player, is playing like a guy who says, just jump on my shoulders, guys. I got this. Got a plus matchup with Dame and the Blazers tonight. He's under 11K. He is where I start my cash lineups today from a stud perspective.
Makes all the sense in the world. You know, he is playing really well right now. He's got a great history against Portland. You know, we've talked about Giannis being very, very affordable recently at 11K. Giannis is even Luka is even a little bit cheaper than that at 10-7. I mean, gets Portland in a good spot coming off 2 games against New Orleans. They played last night. A lot to like about Luka here, and he's a fade at your own risk in tournaments, especially if you're locking him into your cash games.
So the same thing I've been saying about Giannis lately, raise these guys' prices. I hate that you're stuck going stars and scrubs on DraftKings more often than not. We both love the mid-tier, but man, they make it hard to pound the mid-tier. We got all these scrubs that become in play because of all the sits in the NBA. The stud should be 12K in my mind. Luka, Giannis, Harden. These guys should be more expensive, so you really, really need to think about playing them. Kind of irritates me.
Jokic, Harden, Luka, Giannis, like those main 4.
Yeah, raise their prices. Don't get me wrong. I love rostering Luka because he's fun to watch, but I want this to be something you got to sell your soul to get.
Especially with them pricing Dame around 11K. Like, you know, these other guys should be more expensive. It's just what we think.
I know a lot of people, when we make these comments, agree with it too. So I'm sure we are not alone right here. People would like to see the studs being more expensive.
For shizzle.
All right. Speaking of studs that aren't too expensive, you want to talk about Robert Williams today. So I think this is an interesting one because from my perspective, I struggle to pay $5,800 for a guy who plays, 20, maybe 24 minutes tonight would be kind of like the projections. Now, there is no Tristan Thompson. But, you want to talk about, upside. This guy is a beast on points per minute. What if Feast got into foul trouble and he played 27 minutes tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he puts up DFS points quicker than most guys. I'm a huge Robert Williams fan, as you know. Happy to talk about him on the video today. He was massive for me last time out, throwing up close to 50 and very low ownership. And I expect a similar low ownership today. You're right. There is a little bit of a lot bit of sticker shock here because it's risky. He doesn't play massive minutes, but he's had massive upside in a bunch of games recently, even despite not playing large minutes. And like you mentioned, what if he does play a couple more today? I mean, he's got 60 ups, he's got 60-point upside somewhere in there. And listen, at no ownership in a great spot against Sacramento, I like him a ton here. I was excited to talk about him on our members only video. I'm excited to talk about him here.
Yeah, I get it. And I completely agree he'll be low owned. I know for me, even after talking this out and getting excited about it, I struggle to play a guy at this much money who doesn't play a lot of minutes. But Tristan Thompson's out in Boston, not just out for this game, like they're trying to get rid of him, which means they clearly believe in Robert Williams right now. They got two big men in Williams and Thies. They're comfortable with this one. I know they still kind of want to trade for another big man, but I think they're really starting to buy into him in Boston.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they're trying to get rid of Tristan.
Yeah, they mentioned earlier in the week that they were looking for a trade partner for him.
Interesting.
So for me, that's big because it shows that even if Boston can't land a Drummond or Hassan Whiteside or anything like that or whatever they might be interested in, they are starting to believe in Robert Williams as more than just a guy that Brad Stevens wants on his FanDuel lineup.
As they should.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Speaking of big men, let's take a look at a guy from your Cleveland Cavaliers, Larry Nance Jr., priced at $5,200. So my favorite thing about Nance is there's no Taurean Prince and no Kevin Love today. This means he's playing big minutes. That's just the way things are right now. They're going to have him in there. He's played 39 and 36 the last 2 minutes. Expect more of the same today. He took a couple games. He'd been out for a month. Took 2 games to shake off the dust. He didn't play well, but over the last 2 games, he's played a lot better. He rebounds, he assists, he steals, he blocks, he even scores a little bit. I think he's very fairly priced at $5,200 with availability at both the 4 and the 5 today, or the 3 and the 4.
He looks real good here. I mean, definitely still too cheap at $5,200. Another good game or two. He's going to be priced up over $6K like we had seen earlier in the year, and then he'll probably be out of play when Love and Prince and whoever else come back for the Cavs. That being said, we're not worried about that tonight. He looks like just a cog in the machine type in all formats. A guy that if I'm making one lineup, I'm just plugging in and moving on.
All right, let's move over to the long shots for the day. So let's talk about Niko Mania and cover boy for the day. So one, this may not be a long shot. And what I mean by that is when Curry and Oubre go from doubtful to out, which is what we anticipate today, and if he's the starter at point guard, he goes from long shot to chalk, really, really quickly, in my opinion. I don't know a ton about him because I haven't watched him prior to this year very much. But you were raving about his talent, on how he's played at lower levels before this. He looks good on the court. He's even been viable at this price tag in a lot of games recently, despite the fact that Steph Curry and Kelly Oubre have been in those games. He has surpassed the Mulders and the Wanamakers of the world in those, in the Golden State Warriors rotation. Those guys don't even see the court anymore. I don't know if he's starting today, but a point that you liked about him is you want him not to start because you think nobody will, his ownership will be low then, and you can still get really good value out of him. However, if he starts, he might all of a sudden just become like a cash lock at that point because he can put up DFS points. I kind of believe Golden State might get their butts kicked tonight because they're very devoid of talent without Oubre and Curry. But I think he sees run under all circumstances.
Yeah, me too. We talked about it on the members only video. He's a better play on paper, more optimal play if he's starting because he's more guaranteed of the run. But like you mentioned, he's going to be lower owned if he's coming off the bench, and he's still going to play here. I mean, listen, we expect Curry to be out, no Oubre. They play again tomorrow in the same matchup. Manian's good, and just because he doesn't look like an NBA player with that red throw, kind of a mix between Kevin Huerter and Clint Frazier from the Yankees, he's good. This kid was, top recruit in high school, played in Arizona, came out after his freshman year, was a lottery pick or shortly after a lottery pick for the Warriors. He's not just coming out of nowhere and flash in the pan. This kid is good. Not saying he's going to be an NBA superstar, but he's got game. He's better than a $3,200 player. I like him quite a bit here. Regardless of if he's starting or coming off the bench, I just think he's sneakier if coming off the bench.
No doubt about it. Who is the athlete that Prince Harry guy always gets compared to? You know what
I'm
I'm
not
talking
sure.
about?
No.
It's another one of those redheaded athletes. I can't remember who it is, but I'm like thinking of like all the red-haired guys, like Andy Dalton. And then it made me think of all the memes going around that I saw all over Facebook and Instagram today, talking about the Bears, like quarterback progressions or whatever over the last 5 or 6 years. And it's just, those crack me up because now they're paying Andy Dalton like money in Chicago after Nick Foles and all the thing. Like, I just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just trying to think about who that other redheaded guy you're talking about is.
Yeah. And God, I'm going to have to look this up when I'm done. Anyways, keep moving on. Bamba, number 5, your long shot of the day, Mo Bamba. I think how aggressive you go on this probably has a lot to do with what the Magic do today. Like, I'm not surprised at all if Aaron Gordon's out tonight. How about you?
Yeah, no, not surprised at all. I mean, the Magic got not rolled last night, lost a tough game last night. They're really playing for nothing. This is a good spot to rest. At least Gordon here, who, hasn't been healthy in a while. This is a true long shot. We kind of expect Brooklyn to roll here. If so, Bamba will get extra run. He's another guy that puts up DFS points in a hurry when he's out there. I'm all about this here, 3,100. When I say all about it, I mean fully aware that he's got potential to play 10 minutes again, but if he plays 20-ish, I mean, he could 10x easily.
So, yeah, it has a lot to do. We have Fournier, who's not listed as questionable, but I'm not surprised if he's out today. Aaron Gordon, same thing. MCW is currently listed as questionable right now. The more guys that are out for the Magic, the better the play he is. Now, he's not going to be chalk under any circumstance unless Vucevic is out, which we have zero reason to believe that's going to be the case right here. So you're going to get him at low owned no matter what. He just becomes a much better low owned play if they're shorter of players, right? Like the rotation's shallower. His opportunity for minutes just increases. Also, the opportunity for this to be a roll job by the vastly superior Brooklyn Nets and him to be out there for, close to the entire fourth quarter.
The thing I'm encouraged about, like before, he was like not playing at all ever. Now, like he's crept into the rotation a little bit. So, like you said, what if a couple of those guys are out, specifically Gordon? He's going to have to play a little bit. And then if this game gets out of hand, like they're not going to stretch Vooch on a back-to-back. I like this spot a lot. And he is a guy, like we talked about Robert Williams. He's in that same mold.
Yeah, when he's out there, he puts up points in a hurry. No doubt about it.
He's another one of these guys, even more than Robert Williams. Like he shoots threes. He shoots threes and block shots.
Kind of in the Chris Boucher mold.
Yes, exactly who I was thinking of.
So that's what hold on. I'm going to try to figure this out real quick while I still have you guys up there. Prince Harry, professional athlete. Carson Wentz. That's who people always say he looks like.
I get that. I just don't think of him as a redhead.
Yeah. No, I don't look at Carson Wentz necessarily that way either.
Maybe he is, though. I mean, I don't know. I just think of those redheads as like those gingers. Like, yeah. I've got some red hair in me, but I'm not like you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, like this picture right here.
Yeah, they look a lot alike.
Yeah, okay. That's
have red hair.
Yeah, I think Prince Harry's more red hair than Carson Wentz is.
And neither of these guys are like true gingers, like Herder.
Like Niko Mania or Kevin Herder.
Frazier.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Fair enough, guys. Or Andy Dalton.
No. And it's funny, like you don't see many of those guys in the NBA.
No, you don't. You're right. Niko Mania is a guy that if you saw him walking down the street, like you're not thinking NBA player right there.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I was walking down when I used to live in Minneapolis. We were walking down the road once, bar hopping when I was in my 20s. And I remember my buddy Brent elbows me. He's like, "Hey, look at Shane Battier. I think the Grizzlies were in town to play the Timberwolves." And I'm like, that looks like an NBA guy, right? He's a foot taller than me. He looks like he's built. You see Niko Mania walking down the road, and you're like, really? I wouldn't have thought that in a million years.
100%.
All right, guys. Good luck today. Go win yourself some money.
Thanks, guys.